Hello, Susan Vincentz here with part 10 of our Google Classroom training series. And in this video, we're going to look a little bit more in depth of creating an actual assignment. So in previous videos, we've navigated to the classwork page and we've created those all-important topics that is a great best practice for organizing your classroom, whether you're teaching face-to-face or whether you're teaching remotely through distance learning or NTI. So we created those topics. So remember, in the classwork section, everything happens under this create button. So we're going to hit create and we're going to create an assignment. So remember, an assignment is different from material. Material are those things that you just want your students to reference, such as handouts, videos, articles, and such. An assignment is actually something that you want them to do and that you're going to want them to submit electronically. So I'm going to hit assignment. We're going to give it a title. So let's say we are doing reflection on chapter 4 of novel study. Okay, and you might put a book title there or what have you. So here, and then in the big box, you're going to put any instructions that you have for them. So we're going to put read chapter 4 and watch the video attached, and then create a slideshow in Google that talks about the most important themes in the chapter. Okay, so here you've given them the directions, exactly what you want them to do and what you're going to want them to create or look at. And then under the add section is where you're going to put any attachments. So if I put add here, I can go to my Google Drive, and maybe what you want them to read is just in the form of just a reading passage. Or maybe it's just a photo that you want them to look at. Various things. So I'm going to use this document, and we're going to say it's the passage that you want them to read, or, they may have a copy of the book already. So remember, you can, when you add a document, you can have them just view it. So if it's something you just want them to look at, not do anything with, I would definitely recommend keeping it on view. You can also give them editing rights if you need to, or you can have it actually just make a copy for each student. That way each student has their own personal copy for their files. Now you also have the ability to add other things. So I can add a link here. So maybe you want them to go look at a link. So maybe you want them to look at biography.com, and maybe there's more to that link to look up information on a certain historical figure. So I'm going to add that link. And there that would be. Then I can also add, and I can add a YouTube video. So under YouTube, if I have the address or the URL of that YouTube video, I can paste it here, or I can just search the video for, Abraham Lincoln. Maybe we're reading a novel about Abraham Lincoln. And then I can, choose the video that I want to add. If I know what it was and have previewed it and approved it, hit add. So there's all of the things that they need to do this assignment. But then what you want them to do here is you want them to create a slideshow. So you're going to actually need to attach what you want them to create. So you're going to hit create, whether it's a Google Doc, slide, sheets, drawing, whatever. And in this case, it's going to be a slideshow. So in other words, you're adding that slideshow. Now it'll open up in another tab for you. You can just close that. And then I'm going to navigate back here, and then I'm going to be sure to give my students what they need. Because if you want them to create and you want each person to create their own, you're going to want to make sure that you do make a copy for each student. Okay? So that is attaching all of the materials. Now, if you accidentally attach something that you didn't want to, so maybe you did not want this biography link, just click the X and get rid of it. And then up here, you're going to click which class it's for if you have multiple Google Classrooms created, And then you're going to drop this down, make sure it says all students, or maybe I only want my student Ann here to have access to this. So all I would do is just click her. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it say all students. I'm going to give it a point value, a due date if you need to. So I'm going to say this is due on, let's say this is going to be due on July the 9th. And then you can put a time in there. And then here again is the all-important topic. Put it under a section. So I'm going to put this one in Language Arts. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to hit Assign. And it's doing its thing. Once it finishes loading and catching up, I will go out to your main classwork page, and then you will see the assignment that you have created. Remember, the icon for assignment is the clipboard. And then when you click on it, you're going to see that no students have turned it in, and I only have one student in this classroom currently, so it is assigned to one student. So now I'm going to show you what this is going to look like for the student. So I'm going to come over here, and this is my little test student, Ann. She's in my class. So remember, Ann doesn't see any of the assignments here on the stream. Ann needs to go to her classwork page, and she's going to see everything that she needs. Now notice for Ann, the only topics that show up are the ones that she has assignments for. And then if Ann clicks on this, Reflection of Novel Study, she's going to see everything that she needs to do. She needs to read this passage. She needs to watch this video, and then she needs to create this Google Slideshow. So if she clicks on this, it's going to load. She's going to create the slides here and do her thing. Okay, so once she gets that done, it's going to be here. She's going to view the assignment, and then when she's ready, she's going to turn it in. So we're going to go ahead and have her turn it in, and then we'll look and see what that looks like for you later on. So to create the assignment, just hit Create, go to Assignment, attach what you need to attach. Do not forget to give it a topic. And if you have any questions or need any assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you very much.